97.5 WFHR and 105.5 WIRI, your Wisconsin Rapids home for locally grown radio. Here's your Daily News Roundup.
From the Wisconsin Rapids Local Newsroom, I'm Melissa Kay. 2 roundabouts will be constructed near the new jail in downtown Wisconsin Rapids. This is part of the East Jackson Street project, currently in the first phase, and crews are working on the upper stretch of Jackson from the intersection by the library down to the courthouse. The plan includes vacating a section of Market Street. One part will remain exiting the roundabout so the courthouse address doesn't change and jail staff still have access to their parking lot. The remainder of Market Street will be vacated and likely turned into a parking lot for easier access to the courthouse. There will be a roundabout at the intersection of East Jackson, 3rd Street North, and the remainder of Market Street. Kyle Kearns is the Director of Community Development. He spoke at the Planning Commission meeting on June 1st.
It all ties back to the downtown master plan that was done last year. A lot of public engagement for about a year, which culminated to the final adoption by the Planning Commission and the Common Council of essentially what's being implemented, which is creating a new development pad along the riverfront, extending 2nd Street, vacating Market. That's what's shown. This is page 45 of the downtown master plan. And then continuing on, it shows a few different options that could be pursued, but they all essentially result in the same thing, which is to eliminate a few of those roads that essentially are funneling traffic in the same direction, better utilize the space, create better traffic flow. Somewhat slow traffic, because in your downtowns, slowing traffic means more people are inclined to stop and shop and stay.
The second roundabout will be placed at the intersection of 2nd Street North and East Jackson Street. The roadway will continue through to the roundabout on Baker and 1st Street on the triangle lot that's now being used as a parking lot. Phase 2 is anticipated to start on July 13th, when crews will begin the stretch from the Jackson Street Bridge to Market Street. I'm Melissa Kay for WFHR and WIRI News.
With Civic Media News, I'm Terry Miller. The road might buckle up. The DOT is warning drivers to watch for pavement buckling as high temperatures move across parts of Wisconsin this week. Pavement buckles can happen when the weather quickly shifts from cool to very hot. As the pavement expands, slabs can push against each other and create sudden bumps or dips in the road. Officials say it's difficult to predict where buckling may happen, so drivers should stay alert, slow down, and keep their full attention on the roadway. Drivers can check 511 Wisconsin for the latest traffic incidents or delays. Serious pavement problems should be reported by calling 911. The owner of the Minocqua Brewing Company is pushing back after being left off the ballot for governor. According to WisPolitics, Kirk Bangstad now plans to take the fight to court. State election officials say Bangstad only had about 1,500 valid signatures to get on the Democratic ballot. That's well below the required 2,000. Bangstad argues some were thrown out unfairly and wants to know how close he really came. He has faced criticism in the past for controversial statements, including social media posts about wishing for the death of President Donald Trump. For now, the Elections Commission is moving ahead with finalizing the ballot. And tourism is booming across Wisconsin, hitting a record $27 billion in economic impact in 2025. Recent numbers show growth in every corner of the state. Officials say Southeast Wisconsin played a key role, with all 7 counties seeing gains. Milwaukee County alone contributed $4.4 billion, while the city drew more than 22 million visitors. State leaders say the industry supports jobs and local businesses statewide. Total visits reached nearly 118 million last year. More news can be found at civicmedia.us.
The Crew lose in Vegas. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. Baseball, the Brewers losing to the A's 7-5. That snapped a 4-game Brewers winning streak. Milwaukee's Robert Gasser giving up 4 home runs in 5 innings pitched. Manager Pat Murphy.
He's got to grow from this and understand to pitch in the big leagues. You got to have an out pitch. You got to have something that, they can swing and miss at.
Gasser after the loss.
Knowing it's like odds are probably going to go out. So just trying to limit those, but ran to a couple of them. Just got to execute a couple off-speed pitches a little bit better. Thought the 4-seam played pretty well. Sinker was good. Just played really well. Just a couple that got away from me that ended up out of the park.
The series wraps up tonight. NFL, Packers' mandatory minicamp continues today in Green Bay. Boys High School golf. Edgerton's Owen Waggy shot an 8-under par to win the Division I state title at University Ridge in Madison. Cade Whelan of Milton was second at 7-under. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
I'm meteorologist Brandon Borbans. A mix of clouds and sun today, hot and humid, with showers and storms becoming likely later in the day. Some storms could be severe, highs near 90. Showers and storms likely this evening. Some storms could be severe, lows in the mid-60s.
That's your Wisconsin Rapids News Roundup from WIRI and WFHR, locally grown radio. Find more news anytime at WFHR.com and WIRI.FM. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts.